Well, it's nighttime in the greenhouse here, and I hope you can see me with the bad lighting. But what I wanted to show you is that I was talking about this being a natural greenhouse, and at night there are some interesting things to see that you really can't see in the daytime, and I want to show you that. Well, what I've got here is a flashlight, and I'm going to take you over to the fish pond. And the fish pond is basically where the water comes from that circulates through this greenhouse, and you can see some interesting items in there. There are of course fish, but there are some little tiny fish in there too, and we'll look at those. So we'll walk down here until it starts to get dark, and this end here, this is the fish pond. Now I think you're picking this up, but for some reason at night the light doesn't scare the fish. Now what you're looking at there are goldfish. Now it might not be obvious, but these goldfish are about 7 inches long. They are huge, and they've been in there about a year and a half. And I didn't know goldfish got that big, but they do. Now if you look over here, yeah, right there, I don't know if you can see it, right there in the spotlight, there's a smaller fish. I'll try to zoom in on that later. And if you look down here, you might even see some smaller fish. There's a lot of big fish in there, and this is what makes the water to feed the greenhouse. Now, let me go around here and look at some of the water tanks this is circulating in. Now, this is quite interesting. The water gets pumped up here, and if you can see right down there, there's a fish. See if I can get that where it doesn't reflect the water. But there are fish down there. Let me see. There's one right there. I don't know if you can see them. There, okay. Now you see that there. See there's 3 or 4 little fish down there? Let's see. Yeah, there they go. You can see them. Now these fish got in here through the pump. There's a pump that pumps around here, and these fish survived being pumped through the pump and live up here. See if I can get this below the water line so you can see it. Well, anyway, let me get this just right. So if I get the reflection right, you can see there are fish down there. See that? Some little tiny ones. So this is part of the ecosystem. If you look down here, there's some down there too. This is the ecosystem I keep talking about. These fish are in here, and I don't feed them in here. So they're eating all of this algae and everything else. Now what's on top of here is duckweed. They eat that too when they get bigger. There's something even more interesting over here. I think it's this one. Let me push some of this duckweed out of the way. Now you can see there's fish in there too. But look at that. See that down there? That's a snail. See him moving? Now, how in the world does a snail get in here? I didn't put any snails in here. I didn't buy any snails. But you see him down there. See that? He's moving toward that white object. See that? So where'd that come from? Apparently, it's natural somehow. It just found its way in here. See, there's another one directly below us. See, this is a little fish. This again is a fish that came in through the pump. See if you can see. Well, he swam out of the picture now. But what's curious to me is where these snails came. See, there's another one down there. See that snail down there? Where did that snail come from? I don't know, but it's only in this one right here. So it beats me. But these, I don't feed them, like I said. They live off of what's already in here. Now let's go over here, and you'll see the same sort of thing. Let's see, move some of this out of the way. And look at that guy down there. See, they're pretty good size. See that? No, there's another one right there. So now they came in here somehow and survived being pumped through the pump. And it's a centrifugal pump, so they're pretty tough. And they're down there. And I haven't fed them. I guess they live off the vegetation in there and whatever they can get. But you'll notice there's no snails in here. Let's see if I look around. We'll probably, you can see there's 2 fish down there. But they're pretty good size. They're about, an inch or an inch and a half long. They're pretty good sized fish. Now if we go over here, look at that. I haven't seen that one before. Look at this. Look at the size of that snail. Now where did that one come from? That one, I don't know. See if I can get you to focus that. See if I can get the camera to focus. But look at that. See him moving? That thing is about an inch in diameter. And you can see his feelers are out there. He's out there living off of that. Now, I live up on a high mountain plateau. And how a snail got in here, I don't know. And maybe some of you that are biologists can tell me how this got in here. This one's obviously been in here a while because he's pretty good sized. Let me see if I can see anything else in here that might be interesting. Well, I don't see anything at the moment. Let's look over here. Get rid of some of this wheat, this duckweed. Well, I don't see anything too interesting over here, but I think there's a little tiny fish if you saw him. There are fish in here. Let's look in this one. Well, that's not a very good window to look in, but on the other side. Well, anyway, you get the idea. Some of the interesting things that happen here at night. Basically, it's nothing happens here at night. I guess there are snakes and critters and things that walk around and crawl around. I know that occasionally I have snakes in here, and I have mice, but I think that again, the snakes are in here for the mice, so the mice are kept down because of the snakes. And here we are again looking in this main pond, and you can see the water coming out, returning from the grow beds right there. And don't see any more fish. I guess they're hiding. Well, anyway, I hope that was worthwhile to show you some of that. That's part of the ecosystem. At night, you can see things that you can't see in the day. For example, I've never seen that big snail before, and I don't know where it came from. Like I said, where I'm at, I never imported the thing. I don't know how it got here, but it did. But it's staying in that grow bed for some reason. And there's other fish that make it through the pump, and the pump is a centrifugal pump, so you'd think any little fish that got caught in there is going to get chewed to pieces, but apparently they survived. They did just fine, and that's why they're out there in the big, grow beds. Anyway, pick up tomato here. This one looks fairly well. It could be more ripe, but tomatoes are doing good, and everything's doing well. So, hope this was interesting. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But that's what happens at night in the greenhouse.